Learning to skate transition starts with dropping in, similar to how street skating starts with an ollie. Start on something small, making sure your trucks and wheels are flush with the ramp, and lock your board into place with your back foot. Then use your front foot to drop in, leaning forward and pumping in transition as gravity pulls you down. Before we get into the really meat and potatoes of today's video about how to skate transition, as well as just giving you guys a little spot tour of my favorite skate spots here in this area, we're going to just clean up this ramp. There's a lot of condensation from the cold weather. It's winter time now, so yeah, just do some ramp maintenance, maybe spray some lacquer so we get this coping grinding. Basically, we're gonna warm up as we get the ramp warmed up, and then we're gonna get into the skating tips of today's video. Big Al's here. He has made it. He had some barriers. The good news is Al is starting a YouTube channel pretty soon, so I'm gonna leave a little link. You go subscribe to it.
Please do.
We're gonna warm up and get skating this beautiful borrowed times ramp. Best ramp. So fun. Any comments on the ramp?
The ramp is beautiful, but not as beautiful as the session that we're about to have together.
Woo! So there are some fundamentals to transition basic skating, and dropping is definitely the first one you know how to do, and really it is a mental struggle. Just leaning forward and stopping and compressing your body. Backside and frontside 5-0s are two tricks that you can learn pretty quickly, fairly easily, that really benefit you in the long run of learning all your other transition tricks. We're going to skip the kick, turn, scratch, grind, and go straight into stand-up 5-0s. First thing you want to do is make sure you have enough speed to get on top of the ramp and on top of the coping. Approach the ramp at a wide angle so you're not going straight up. This will make aligning your trucks with the coping a lot easier. When learning how to 5-0, you want to find the nice pinch spot for your back truck. Then as you turn back in, it's similar to dropping in. Frontside 5-0s are a little bit different. What you want to do is bend your back leg and use your front leg as your north star, pointing into the direction that you want to go. After a few grinds, rolling in will make more sense, and sometimes it's easier than dropping in. Once you have a few of these basic tricks dialed in, you can have a lot more fun by doing them on different obstacles. Backside tail sides are pretty similar to dropping in. You essentially want to scoop your tail into the coping like you're going to be dropping in. That way you lock it in and keep it level so that you slide. Once you're sliding, you can add pressure and lean forward on your front foot to drop in. We'll get into some more specifics later in this video. The coping size and the ramp size always play a big factor in how you execute tricks on transition as well.
Out here, borrowed times farm. Ain't no borrowing because I just made that all mine. Whew. Later.
Confidence is key, huh?
Yeah. It's all or nothing, really. It'll come together.
It's the good old pick and choose your battle situation.
Pick and choose your battles, exactly, you know. I don't even think it's 12 p.m. yet. Checking my watch, checking the sun times and everything. And we got still a lot more things to hit, so I think we're gonna save this for next time.
Woo!
Let's Let's go. Next spot.
All right, we drove about 45 minutes from Borrowed Times Farms, where we were, to here, Lake Elsinore, McVicker Skate Park, and it is an amazing skate park. Give you guys a little tour. The reason we came here is because I think this is a good location to talk about skating transition and getting comfortable skating bigger transition, because a lot of times people are scared to skate bigger transition, but there's a lot of techniques and things that I want to talk about with you guys that'll make you more comfortable and just more secure and more confident when you're skating larger and bigger transition, because it is a lot easier, and there's this misconception that it's harder, but we'll dive into that here in a little bit.
What the fuck, bro? I mean, what the frick? What the fudge? What's your language? What the beep?
Yeah, PG channel. That
you
was
like that backsmith back disaster, man?
That was epic.
That was on purpose.
Hey, do you have any tips for skating big transition? Just like general big transition confidence tips?
Yeah, I do. First is just full commitment. Some things about big transition is you got to work your way into it, get used to it. That being said, it's like, you know, it might be scary at first taking your trick from a smaller quarter pipe to a bigger quarter pipe. But in time, as I've learned, it becomes easier. You have more time. It's more of a slow motion thing. You gradually go up the ramp. You have more time in your mind to kind of figure out what you're doing, figure out if your feet are wrong, you know, figure out what to do to properly keep yourself on the board and get yourself set up for the next wall as well. Big training's fun. There's more speed, more potential for tricks, more time. I think everyone who skates transition would say the same.
I think you nailed it. I was gonna say the same thing. Like with big transition, you have more time to execute your trick. So like a backside air, you have more time to grab, scoop, and land. Where a type transition, you have to make it all happen really quick. So big transition allows you to slow down the trick process.
Exactly. I know I was probably talking really slow, like right there, like just all in your head. It's all commitment, staying over your board, center of equilibrium, you know, point of gravity, and bending your knees is vital, you know, pumping when you go down the ramp, pumping when you go up the ramp. It's bigger walls, so you're gonna have to pump and stay with the train. If you don't do any pumping, you're gonna lose your speed. And you know, speed is your friend. The more speed, the better stuff's gonna happen.
The one question I have for Al is like for a rock and roll or a lip slide, you essentially have to get inverted to get into it because it's already out of vert. Do you have any advice for like how to do tricks that you have to get inverted in order to do them on a steeper vertical ramp?
So I would say for tricks that you have to get inverted, it does, you know, that as well does take time. It is easier, I would say, on a vert wall. The bigger wall you have, the easier it is to go upside down and stay to the wall and bring your board in versus something small. It's gonna just kick you to flat, kick you upside down, or it's not gonna be enough wall or vert to let you come back in without hanging your board up and, you know, the fall happening from there. So for going upside down, you really wanna start on something like a vert ramp or a vert wall. And from there, you can work your way down. I know it sounds weird, but
no, it's true. It's like a mental barrier.
It is.
So skating really big stuff is mostly a mental barrier because it's actually easier to do. So if you can break down the mental barrier, it's easier.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, humans have fear for a reason, to make you cautious of something so that you tread lightly. But if you break down that fear by understanding how tricks are done on a bigger ramp, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. It's all in your head. You know, the saying goes, you think it, you can do it. And that is really the truth with skateboarding, especially on big transition. You know, there's a lot of tricks that I do on shallow walls that I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't learn it on a vert wall first.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching. that's the end of this video. We had a blast getting some transition today. Big Al is out. Make sure you go subscribe to Big Al's channel. He's going to be doing all sorts of cool stuff over there, so check it out. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video on skating transition. Subscribe if you're not already, and always mash. My point being is I'm going to talk about how I do some of these tricks that I'm doing, but after this video you should definitely check out Al's video because he gets a little more detailed about how to do tricks, and I find it really helpful.